Hi, my name's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm talking about a classic piece of literature that you may want to read, that you may have never heard of before. This book is Nibelungenlied. Nibelungenlied is a book of deceit, revenge, loyalty, bloodshed, chaos, and ultimately destruction. Let's get into this story. This is an epic based on a set of poems written around the 1200s. The author is unknown. There are many theories about who this author is. However, it's suspected to be an Austrian. There have been about 40 manuscripts of this tale and its various versions found throughout the years. Around the 1500s, the stories really just disappeared until around the 1700s they were rediscovered. I think this book transports us into the world of medieval Germany before the turning point of mass religion and how real events eventually morphed into legends. And also how things were relayed and preserved in history. Meaning that before things were written, it was preserved orally through legends and tales and stories that were meant to be passed along from generation to generation to teach morals, life lessons, and preserve historical moments. But this also means that people were immortalized and things were a little exaggerated, sometimes a lot exaggerated. This book is the story of two main characters, Kriemhild and Siegfried. These names vary depending on which version you read or which language it was translated from. Siegfried in the book is presented as this larger-than-life, supernatural, invincible dragon slayer and courtly man. Depending on which version you read, sometimes his character varies. However, this tale presents him as a hero and an anti-hero, whose behavior is unbecoming of a true gentleman. Kriemhild is a Burgundian princess, and one of her main things in the beginning of this book is that she keeps having these dreams about two eagles clawing out the eyes of a falcon. So she goes to her mother to ask, what do these dreams mean? And her mother tells her, oh, that just means that the future love of your life is going to die of a very violent death. So Kriemhild in return says that she's going to swear off of love so she never has to feel this pain. However, she quickly forgets about that. The story goes on to tell how these two characters interact, a love story of sorts, during a time where battles and wars were popping off at any moment. It also shows us sibling rivalry, competitions of strength, and loyalty. Through these characters, we learn that deceit and jealousy ruins people. However, revenge kills and burns everything down around them. So, after reading this book, I laughed a little on how outrageously abrupt it ended. The last line of the book is literally, "Here's this tale is at an end. That is the Nibelung's doom." That's it. So if you're looking for a satisfying end to a book, this is not going to give it to you. Instead, it makes you wonder, why does the tale end there? What happens next? I will say that the book in itself is very interesting. It takes a lot of twists and turns. Since this book is depicting medieval times, it does have violence in it. However, I wouldn't say it's as descriptive in its violence as some other books that I read. So if you're not that big on violence like I am, I think you can still get through this book pretty okay. If you enjoy medieval books or movies, I would recommend this book, as it gives insight into the minds of people who actually lived through these times and had to retell the stories of what happened during these battles. The book is also much more complex than I explained. And also, since it was translated from a Middle High German to English, the English takes on this old-time English read, which isn't as hard, but it just may take a slower time to get through. If you're into fairy tales or legends like those of the Grimm brothers or Charles Perrault or Dorothea V, then I think this book will be a great read for you, because this gives us somewhat of a starting point of how real stories began to morph into legends. So I would give this book a 81 out of 100. Then depending on which version you read, you're going to get various different details and also different character names, which I think is kind of fun because it reminds me of choose your own adventure books. This one I bought on Amazon for $14, and it is said to be the best translated version to English. However, there is a free version available on Google. So that's the end of my video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe, or not. It's your prerogative. If you aren't having a great day, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Don't forget to read at least one page of a book today. And I'll see you later. It surely did.